Airbrushing. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, understanding how those things work and how you can apply them is always, like profit. In the sense of you expanding on your toolkit, basically. Hello, returned. How you doing, Owl? No? Lol. Anybody else is a bunda la caca. Give me a sec. Everything. Okay. I don't even know where I got that from. It's me and Ross just sending each other memes the entirety of the time, and stuff sticks. Have you guys been playing Marvel Rebels? I've been having like the most amazing time with that game. So that so many beautiful memes have come into existence due to that game, about that game. Are you guys painting along, or? All right, because yeah, don't worry about it. I just wanted to say it. Yeah. Yeah, Rogue Trader. Basically what I'm going to do now for the hair is I'm going to use Xandri Dust in order to start like a first layer of highlights over the Steel Legion Dram that we did last time. But it's basically just tracing singular strands of hair. Moody. She a nun, dog. She's built different. Yeah, as you should. Would you guys mind if I record you on the recording, which happens when you record? Okay. All good. Huh. Okay. Could you guys say something?
Pokemon?
Yeah, there you go. Okay, thank you very much. Much appreciated.
Fiddling. Fiddling.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Here we go. Mario time.
So long, Bowser.
Thank you so much for playing my game.
Nope, too much water. Oh boy. Oh boy. That'll be cleaned up below. Oh, I'm not there's physical therapy.
You're supposed to go to physical therapy?
No, I'm gonna have to.
Oh.
Not right now, but I'm gonna have to get it in the works. My muscles, you know, the bottom of your hand where your pinky is?
Yeah.
That muscle that runs from your pinky to your wrist is cramped right now.
Cranked?
Cramped.
Oh, cramped.
Yeah. I'll be damned if I lose my ability to paint.
When you started with my muscles, the only thing that came to mind was my muscles are getting bigger.
Muscles.
Muscles.
My muscles are getting stronger.
When I hear things like that, I just think of Arnold talking about how good he feels when he works out.
Yeah, so you have to pump it. You have to pump it when you're pumping. Yeah.
Well, he was saying, I think there's an interview he was doing for, I forget which documentary it was. I think it was like his workout documentary, Pumping Iron. And he's like, well, it's like when you're working out, it's like coming. Now you're coming in the gym. You're coming at home.
Okay.
You're coming in public. It's great.
Weird.
It's like,
Weird German fella. Or Austrian, I'm sorry.
yeah, if you called him German, I think the Germans would be upset.
I believe his accent is considered peasantly.
He sounds like a hillbilly, essentially.
Yeah.
I think he, because I think for when the Terminator came out, he said that he could try to, he could dub his own lines, and I think the localization team was like, no, you're not. Like you sound like a hillbilly to Germans. You're not doing that.
Okay.
Imagine being like a fucking $1 billion star now and having that being said to you in the past.
I mean,
There's plenty of times
imagine.
I was probably said.
I mean, like, I would say, like, imagine being a multi-millionaire real estate mogul, the real estate tycoon. Yeah, because he was before he did any films, he was already a millionaire. He and a couple of his buddies made a business of buying real estate and then developing it and then I think leasing it out.
Basically just flipping real estate or like renting it out?
He was developing it and he was essentially getting money for people using it. So leasing it, renting it.
Basically just landlord.
Pretty much. But he was a multi-millionaire before he even became an actor.
Damn.
Okay.
We're doing something wrong, boys.
Yeah. We're gonna do Argent. This is a little different than you did. I like her with white hair.
We're in the wrong fucking profession.
You're gonna go white hair on her, Will?
Yeah.
Start off with a dark gray.
Do I have a dark gray? I do.
I'm going white for her hair as well. I want to try to do a bunch of weird shadows with her, though.
Yeah, go ahead. It's basically your model. All I'm doing is I'm trying to pack as much information into one model and one recording. And if you feel like, yeah, but this step of this whole mini paint stuff I've already been, you know, you're more than free to do your own thing.
Of course. I figure you want to record us, so if we have any questions and things, you can respond.
Yeah.
Part of the video and stuff.
Exactly. It's basically Patreons only, so.
Right. So we get to hear ourselves and be like, "Ooh, we were on the internet. Look at our 5 minutes of fame."
We are live
Look at me! I'm on the internet.
I'm on the internet with the famous brush licker.
Mom,
brush licker.
Quick, grab the camera.
Oh baby, a triple.
Oh baby, a triple.
What's funny is that a lot of the memes that came out all those years ago, those people are all adults now.
Yeah, which makes me feel even older half of the time.
Yeah, thanks.
I know. Like, I remember, like, there's, like, a couple of memes of, like, you know, memes I remember seeing in, like, college and stuff, and now a lot of the people who are in those memes are, like, you know, they've grown up if they were kids. I think one of them is, like, a kid who microwaved, it wasn't microwave. It was the kid with, like, his hand on his stomach, like, looking up, like, what the fuck? Or, like, oh shit. Yeah,
What?
he's a football. Yeah, he's a football player now. The kid who microwaved some top ramen, but forgot to put the water in, so it burnt. He's also an adult now.
You said a dark gray, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's basically what you want with a darker color is you want those shadows to be nice and like poppy. So you start off with a darker version of the end color. I mean, you can go all like colorful and stuff like that. Cryo Cheese did a amazing job on some purple hair the other day.
Ooh.
But he's using like magentas and purples and you name it. Blues and whatnot. And basically what I'm now doing with the hair is I'm using Xandri dust to brighten up the Steel Legion drab, but I'm just picking like thin stripes on there to emulate even more strands of hair on her head instead of just, you know, coloring in by the lines. Just an artistic approach, yes.
Yes, very much.
But also, what you guys got to keep in mind is that we're not painting a competition piece, so you're not looking for perfection, you're just looking for believability.
I would honestly say, like, in stuff like this, like, you want to go for, if there's something you want to practice, you should go ahead and practice it.
Yeah.
Something you're trying to work on, something you want to work toward, go ahead and do it, man.
Yeah, ooh.
Drugs?
Drugs? Nice. Up in the nose.
Drugs?
Very good.
Drugs?
Knuckles. You know what? I'm gonna go wild with this. I'm gonna give her white hair, but I'm gonna go crazy with this shit. I'm gonna go sick on this beat.
Sicko mode.
I miss. Okay. Wherever I missed will just be shadows. For sure. I got the main majority of the gray on. Ooh. Let it dry for a hot minute.
Also, one thing I want to do, or I might want to do in the future, is move away from oils for a while and start painting with acrylics again, to learn how to paint with acrylics.
Or remind yourself how to paint with acrylics.
Yeah.
All I know is that I am objectively a lot worse with acrylics than I am with oils.
Possible.
Oils for me are just a lot easier to paint with.
Oh boy. I was meeting. You guys might hear that. Hold on. So I'll be getting a new little game system soon.
Oh, nice. Which one?
I'm looking at the Retro Pocket 4.
Oh, nice.
Hmm.
The Uno?
There's these little game systems you can buy that are like little emulator consoles,
Uh-huh.
and the Retro Pocket 4 is like a little bit smaller than a Switch, but it comes with like all the Nintendo and PSP games and all that stuff on it.
Yeah.
But then there's a smaller one that comes with all the Game Boy. It's like $50, and I'm gonna get that too.
Nice.
And then I can play the Game Boy Color Warhammer game, Space Hulk.
Hmm.
I think that was Game Boy Color.
You know, I decided to go with this teal color. Start off with. I don't know if this was the right choice, but it's definitely a choice.
Oh, good old titanium white. How much I love you.
Bro, Acryl Titanium or Bold White is great.
It's titanium.
What are you gonna do? Sorry? What are you doing, bro?
Oh, we're just talking about the titanium white from Monument.
Oh.
I was
No.
saying, in order to paint black, instead of going to black, I'm using this, like teal blue.
Ooh. Oh, that's gonna pop out really cool.
I'm trying to work on, instead of doing the whole model, you know, super, you
Yeah.
know, just pretty flat, you know, or doing a lot of the brush work, I'm trying to do a lot of it with airbrushing first. And so trying to get chromatic black in here.
Chromatic black, bro.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna add, so I have this teal, I'm gonna add some thinking sky blue. And then I have like this dark purple and mahogany I'm gonna mix together to add a shadow. And then see where this goes. Basically, I want to do all the wrong and all the right things to do for like the base or underpainting, and then when I start going in with a brush, I'm gonna follow a lot of the steps that you do with like all the highlighting, coloring, stuff like that.
Oh, I meant for whatchamacallit, for with using oils.
Mm-hmm. Well, like following where you're painting in terms of light, darks.
Oh,
you know,
that.
where you want to go for that. You know, maybe your brush technique, stuff like that. Nothing wrong with copying another painter who doesn't use oils.
Also, what I'm doing now, in all fairness, is just touching the hair slightly and focus on doing the like the really bright highlights. Now I'm just creating a little bit of depth by adding smaller highlight.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing too fancy.
You know, one thing I want to do is I really want to push my highlights and my shadows like super hard. I feel like I haven't done that well enough.
Now I have a reference picture on my phone. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm very, very tired.
All good, man.
They're not joking when they say titanium bolt, titanium white is basically one coat over black and gray.
I'm sorry, what was that?
They are not joking when they say bolt titanium white is basically one coat over black or gray.
The issue is though, it might turn out very, very thick.
Yeah.
I mean, you can always just go for titanium white, but if you go for something like titanium white immediately, it'll be difficult to bring in like highlights, shadows, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So basically, if you're gonna go for white hair, the only thing that you would want white is the absolute highlights on the head, on your hair.
Yeah, because I can see some of the gray shining through a little bit in places, and it looks like I'm just cleaning it up just a little bit, just to make sure like it looks like a straight line, you know, because hair. But other than that, it looks good, like with the gray shining through.
Basically, what I'm going for now is I did the
That's a little more
Zandri
natural.
dust, as I'm gonna move to Yeshapti Baun to bring in more highlight.
Gotcha.
I really want to Brush, would you ever do a class on cell shading? Or is that
Cell
really
shading?
difficult? Yeah.
No, it's not really difficult. Cell shading is actually quite easy.
Easy? Okay.
But yeah, if you want to, we could take a moment in a week and just go through like the basics of it. I've not painted
Yeah, that'd
it
be
often, but
That'd be dope because I think the Borderlands paint schemes
yeah,
on like Tau look awesome.
it's not too difficult. Welcome in,
Hello, Ross.
Yeah,
Rosarino.
Ross.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello?
This is too much fucking paint.
I wonder. Now, this is just out of curiosity. If I was to put like highlights in her hair, like tips, you like how those girls, you know, they highlight their tips of their hair.
Mm-hmm.
Frosty tips.
Yeah, frosted tips.
Don't.
That would be wet blending, wouldn't it?
That would be what?
It would be a wet blend, right?
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you-
I was just curious.
You can wet blend it, you can glaze, it's all up to you.
Okay, I was just curious.
It is basically just techniques on how to approach it, you know?
Yeah.
What are you working on, Rosie Ross?
Stone King.
Silent King, the never-ending king.
Yep.
Nice.
a thousand dooms.
Are you progressing nicely?
Yeah. Decently.
Good.
Just about getting ready to do some airbrushing on it for the Ozels.
Hmm.
Nice. Oisels.
You'll
Oh, weasels.
Weasel?
see.
Swoggle. You will come shirt gloves. What color are gloves in the game? Whoa.
What's going on?
I just pulled up an image that's really good.
Is it feet?
No, it's a Argenta. It's a full, it's like 75 mil, like this bust scale, but like full body.
Nice.
Range brown too. Okay. I need to just buckle down and spend the $100 and buy the Monument starter kit.
The Monument Starter Kit? It's not a bad way to go. If they have the colors you want.
Yeah, I just need the basic. I have no basic colors. I literally have like white, brown, black. And then I have a plethora of German camouflages. I have a friend who paints busts and all that with just craft paints. He's like, you don't need to buy like all these fancy modeling stuff. Just use craft paints. And I'm like, where you've been painting for 35 years. I need the extra help.
Craft paints?
Yeah.
Well, the thing with craft paint is that it's just the same paint, but it's not the proper mixtures and it's not watered down.
Yeah, and he has it all down to a science
Yeah.
at this point.
Once you get to a certain point, you can just start mixing colors and know what you're doing, and it's not really that big of a deal.
I didn't know that these brushes are already fraying now that I've just put paint on them.
Are they synthetic or are they natural?
Dude, I don't have. Yeah, they're just sins. Shitty
If they
little
start
sins.
If they start to fray too much, a trick you can do is put them in hot water.
Okay.
Boiling hot water.
Yeah, boiling hot water, and then you hang the brush down with the tip pointing downward, and in theory, because it's synthetic, it should go down straight, and then you can go ahead and try to shape it.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend a little money this month and get my little game consoles, and then money with paint, and then some brushes. Maybe I'll spend a little splurge a little, get some artist opus. Maybe they have like a spring deal going on.
I recommend looking at, for paintbrushes, I recommend looking at like a Blex art store, or like a Michael's, Hobby Lobby, whatever, any major like craft store. You don't want to be spending hobby prices on
Horby
brushes
Lorby.
or something like that. Horby Lorby.
Forbus.
Horbus
Yeah.
Lorbus.
Like tons of Hobby Lobbies and Michael's over where I'm at. I'll have some of my friends go in and be like, hey, I need paintbrushes. Like, what do you need? Non-synthetic sables, go.
Yeah. You can actually, if you want, instead of going to their store, go online. They'll ship them to your house, and they have the nicer stuff online. In store, they might, but it's somewhat rare. So that's what I found.
It's also where we can get Gundam kits really cheap.
Yeah, sometimes.
The weekend sales every like 2 weeks. They have a 40% off their model kits.
Nice.
I don't think I've framed this model properly.
Huh?
Hmm.
You did what? My God.
My God.
Mein Gott.
Oh mein Gott.
It was good.
I don't know what I will use forever for my black armor. It is dark neutral gray with a black base. Because it just looks awesome.
I'm not sure if they make an acrylic version of this, but if you want to mix colors with a sort of gray, I'd recommend Payne's Gray. It makes really nice, rich colors if you mix them. It does deepen the color. It does, darken the color, but it adds a nice richness to it. Whereas, if you try to do it with like black or like a dark blue, it doesn't really do the same.
Right.
I will say though that I don't use Payne's Gray all that much, just because for oils, Payne's Gray is very runny, or at least the Payne's Gray I've used, and it doesn't really adhere very well. But this is like old knowledge. I need to like go back and actually redo it.
Adhire.
Call me man. Call me man.
Oh my god, an hour has already almost passed, dude. This is...
Crazy? I know, right?
Oh god, yeah, it goes so fast. This morning as well with stream, man, it went so... those 3 hours went by so quickly, I had no clue.
Wow.
Oh, I got a story for you guys. I woke up this morning.
And you had
The spider in
boner.
my bed.
A spider
Oh, fuck.
in your bed?
Yeah.
What kind of spider?
It was just a little baby jumping spider.
Oh. They're cute.
But it made the critical error. I have a rule in my house. If I don't see you and you stay away from me, you live. You come into my bubble, I'm sorry.
You
It's
die.
only It's only business.
That's only business.
Okay, so we did use Shopty, now I'm gonna move to Screaming Skull. But first I'm gonna go grab a glass of water to drink some.
Alright.
Warhammer. So I kind of have to, you know, unlearn it to a certain extent.
Hmm.
But I'm looking forward to it. Mufasa plays New Antioch. I'm gonna play with the Sultanate, and
Nice.
we'll see where it goes.
Take lots of pictures of the model.
I don't know if Mufasa's painted his yet, but Mufasa's also a great painter.
Oh yeah, not last night's stream or today's stream, but
Yeah.
the other stream that you did, where I forget his name, came in and he was like, "Oh yeah, I got bolt action." I was like half asleep and then I heard bolt action and I went, "Huh?"
Oh, that was last week indeed.
Yeah. But to iterate on that, when they pointed out, like when they where they got the criticism, that's the wrong brown. It's like I looked at the guy's profile picture and I'm like, yeah, that's a war reenactor. They're anal beyond anal about everything.
Well, there is this thing in historical where if you like paint historically, you gotta be historically correct with the stuff that you do. Especially in competitions and stuff like that. I know at SMC, if you paint historical, you gotta be historical accurate in order to even be in line for winning anything, you know?
I mean, it's only fair if it's in the historical section. It better be historically accurate.
Yeah, but I didn't know. For some reason, I didn't think about that until I like heard about it. Either during stream or at SMC. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that absolutely makes sense. But I never thought about it that way.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'll be using Screaming Skull. Or the final highlights in the hair. And then I'll just place that within the secondary highlights.
I got you.
But I really gotta, because I changed my setup now, I feel like I really gotta get a hang of, because my entire posture has changed now. I can't be, for some reason, I need to relearn how far I can reach with my brush.
Just while sitting, or?
Yeah, like where I sat previously, I could lay like tiny stripes, no issue, with my arms stretched out a little bit. And now I feel like I have to relearn because there's a light in the way and the camera's positioned a little bit different.
I feel like it'd be one of those things where like it's gonna be hard at first, and then
Well, you gotta get
you do
used
it
to
often
it.
enough, and it'll be fine.
But that's what happened on the other end. But That's a little bit of pain in the dick.
Oh yeah, 100%. It's never not going to be a pain in the dick. That's a given. It's just how much of a pain in the dick it's going to be.
Oi. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do.
You know, one thing I'm also trying to learn how to do, and just not so much like a type of thing or like a way to paint something, but just to be a lot more carefree with my strokes, my brush strokes, to not be super meticulous about everything.
Well,
allow
there's-
the paint,
Mhm.
to allow the paint to kind of do what it wants, not be super retentive about trying to control it.
I mean-
Trying to work with it.
To be fair, the most important bits to do that is towards the end, where you start bringing in all the details and stuff. That's when you want to be
100, yeah, I agree.
like meticulous about it.
Yeah, for me, I'm trying to not be super meticulous about it in the very beginning.
Yeah.
Just letting it kind of go wild.
So for now, I'm just gonna leave the hair as is. I feel like I'm not able to be as detailed as I want on them. But yeah, hair in itself can be a lesson in and of itself.
Yeah. I agree. I feel like for hair, you want to look at it like a... Like, I don't know. I go back to like my old digital illustration days. And I look at hair not as like individual strands, but as like tentacles. Paint them like tentacles.
Yeah, but the issue with this thing is that there's so much like leveling. I always feel like hair is easier to paint when it's just flat surfaces or semi-flat surfaces. But it doesn't really matter all that much. I'm just gonna move on to the rear of the cloak. And then I use Morpheus Stern. Oh, by the way, Ross, did you see my message?
Yeah, I did.
And also for the painting, I mean, take your time. Would be nice to, if you guys would like post updates into general, like Bellfleur did. Don't be too anally retentive about your paint jobs.
Well, once I've done with this session, I'll post what I've finished.
That would be dope.
I think I'm done painting for right now because my hands are a little rusty.
Alright.
You do you.
I'll take some pictures real quick.
I am kind of going Picasso on this
Hell yeah.
on this miniature right now. I'm not caring where the brush goes, just that the brush goes on the model. The only place I do care about where it goes is that it cannot go on the face or the hair. That's it.
Three pictures, that'll do. One from the front, right, and left.
Nice.
Yeah. Where is it? Just there. You want them in a picture in general?
Yeah, sure.
Alright.
I'd appreciate that.
I got you. So I gotta do the skin, but I'll watch the video and do that. So far, I'm really happy how she's turning out.
This is also basically what I'm doing at the moment. Moon is just getting all the basic strokes in, and then we can just go back later and distinguish certain accents by glazing it together, basically.
I got you.
Oh, I need to deep clean my airbrush.
Oh no.
Lucky.
Oh. Do you back air it?
Yeah.
Or like back flush it? Because I've learned to back flush my airbrush from time to time to make sure that it's properly clean. Also, it's
I've been using it for a while now
Mhm.
without like deep cleaning it, so it's fine.
Shane, you've abused it.
Yeah.
Sometimes, yeah.
I mean,
You gotta hit it some.
yeah.
Now
I
it's fighting
typically,
back.
what I like to do is I'll when I'm going to clean my airbrush, I will use airbrush cleaner, and I'll back flush the shit out of it, just like, you know, go a little crazy with it. And then once I've done that enough, I will clean it out. I'll do the same thing with water, and just do it in cycles until I feel like the airbrush will function again, and then I just keep going.
Water. Be like water.
You know, also one thing I think I've gotten better at with oils is learning to not have completely smooth surfaces. You want a bit of a matte finish on the model, so that the paint adheres better, because if you don't, the paint will want to slip and slide everywhere, and then it just doesn't look right no matter what you do.
Yeah, but I feel I don't know about oils. I've not used oils in that manner yet, but I feel like with acrylics as well, I'm not being as neat and tidy as I used to be. Also because I feel like, well, first of all, with this, we're just trying to get some basics back in. And second of all, I feel like the more anally retentive you are about the paint job, the more difficult it is to enjoy the process.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I feel like you should try to be a lot more relaxed
Yeah.
at least at the very beginning, and then maybe towards the middle and end you can start trying to really push stuff and really
Yeah.
start to
Go
care about
ham.
where things go and stuff. Yeah, but one thing I did when I started painting a lot was I was super like anal retentive about every little thing, where it all went, how it was all supposed to go, and it didn't make painting not enjoyable. It was incredibly enjoyable, but it made the process very slow. Stuff couldn't organically happen. It was constantly a battle of trying to get things to try to work and force things to work.
Yeah.
It's like if you know anything about Star Wars, you know, when you're trying to meditate, you can't, or you know, like you see those Jedi put their lightsabers together with the Force. You cannot force the pieces together. You have to, you know, work with the Force to sort of put that lightsaber back together, and you know, you have to find peace in the act of doing it. It's not, you know, you're not using, you know, your strength or your, you know, whatever. You're not forcing it, like trying to force a square peg through a round hole. Like, you want it to be easy. You want it to come easy. And if you force too much or you try to do too much all at once, it never ends up going the way you want it to, and it takes more time in the long run.
No, I agree. I feel like I can't remember the story, but it's basically a Japanese bowmaster telling their apprentice to just start firing the bow.
Mm-hmm.
And then because the student cannot hit the target, he will start asking for help.
Mm-hmm.
Which in my opinion is like the most beautiful allegory for learning
Mm-hmm.
and teaching. Is you gotta do before you know what questions to ask, basically.
There was a speech this guy did on YouTube a couple years back when I was in college, and I really liked the whole sort of, it was a bit of a rant, but it was, again, a speech. The worst thing you can do is do nothing.
Yeah.
The worst thing you can do is sit there and analyze and try to figure out, okay, what are you trying to do? Why am I trying to do it? You know, which way or whatever. And he just said, do something. Do anything. Because something is better than nothing. And if you want to start something, you got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
So, do something. You know, do whatever it is you want to do. And he's mainly talking about art, right? He's a illustrator and so on. But he's just like, you know, do something. Pick up your pen or pencil.
Yeah, just start force inspiration, basically.
Yeah, just go nuts. Make some squiggles, make some lines, some whatever, and work it and shape it and do things that maybe you're not comfortable with. But eventually you're going to get to a point where by doing all these different things, it starts becoming more natural to you to pick up your instrument and start working it. Because the worst thing you can do is to either be so afraid to pick it up, or that you're always too careful to put something down, when in reality you should be very not careful.
Yeah.
And it's only when it comes to those nice final details does being careful matter. You know, those little things like the shape, the structure. If you have that down, and you understand what's going on where and how, you don't got to worry about much. And then after that, it just comes down to little details. And usually it's like 50% of what you're working on. If you're well trained and you understand what you're doing, is going to be the type of no-brainer stuff that doesn't matter. It's going to be very obvious what you have to do. The next 40% to 45% is whatever it is you want to do, you know, and the difficulties of doing that. Then the last 5% are all the little tiny things that you don't think about, that will shape how a piece of art you do will come across.
Yeah, but that's the thing with a lot of this stuff is, especially, and I think it goes for mini painting very nicely as well, is let me just put it this way. This is the reason I don't believe in things like talent and whatnot, because I feel like either you grew up with it, either you enjoyed it, or you had somebody within your immediate environment that did something that you're doing today or that gets you inspired today. Somewhere down the line, you've already cultivated a way of achieving certain understanding of, you know, for example, mini painting or whatever. But it kind of goes laterally, if that makes sense. So you could be very much into Legos, and Lego would be like a fostering of your understanding of, for example, color matching, because Lego bricks are all colored. And if you put them together, they're going to be a certain color composition. And then naturally you'll kind of understand what colors fit together and what colors do not fit together. But that is also why I think like homework for this whole thing is kind of important to put in, because a lot of the stuff that you're learning is also just applying it and practicing it and doing it oftentimes, so you understand what it is that you're doing wrong. I gotta make a bottle for the kid real quick. I'll be right back.
Okie dokie.
That's okay, man.
That's all good.
You know how kids are. They gotta.
Wow, a
kids.
lot.
They're kids. They wah wah a lot. You just go, what?
Big baby go wow.
Go wow.
So basically what I'm doing with the red is applying it in a thick glaze to the front, just to get like a nice bright red. Nice and bright.
You're doing it in a way where the red would be touched by the light, right?
Yeah, but this is just the first highlight. Yeah, the youngest one is teething at the moment, so
Oh boy.
he's quite demanding. I need to work on this lighting situation here, though.
The
Basically,
hair, or...
no, basically, first of all, the lighting towards the camera, but what I've basically done is this end is brighter than the end at the back. So what I've done is, if the light would be coming from this direction, then I've brightened up this one with that first highlight more than this end. But I'll concentrate both the brighter highlights, the regular highlights. Over here, the gun will be like a dark red as well, but a different kind of red. That's why the front of the chest, I'm keeping it a little bit toned down. And the metallics we're just gonna do, or at least I am just gonna do shading and then brightening back up again with a little bit of TMM action.
Alright. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go wash my hands.
Alrighty, Rainy. But about your cell shaded question.
Yes.
I got contacted by somebody who wanted their Marvel Rivals Thor model printed and painted, but that's like it's basically like its own style of cell shading.
Yeah.
So when I do that, I'll probably do that off stream though. But most likely,
Okay.
I will just record the whole process of it.
Appreciate that.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
I will be leaving at 11 sharp though, because I can hear the little guy crying.
Yeah.
And the missus is also on sleep deprivation, so.
It be what it do.
Yep.
Oh, by the way, Brush.
Mm.
I know you like techno and EDM and stuff. Have you ever thought of for your streams? You ever thought of playing the Boiler Room playlists?
I have. But I really like. I think we did this on Friday where I played a bit of hard techno, but I feel like it's a little bit too much. But something like Charlie XCX, for example, could be fitting.
Okay.
But Boiler Room is the shit.
Oh yeah. There's a Japanese DJ that played there recently.
Yeah, the bald dude.
Yeah, I really liked his set.
His story is wild, bro.
Mm-hmm. I used to see. There's a I forget what channel it is, but essentially it's like the little place where they do a set in like a room by themselves. I've seen him in there a couple of times.
If you're into that, Le Cercle is also very nice. It's a French initiative where they rent out these very iconic places in Europe and organize techno parties in them.
Oh.
Oh, is that the one where they did that in the abandoned steel factory?
Oh, dude, it's mountaintops, ski resorts, a square in the middle of Valencia, in front of the Atomium in Brussels. They get like, I don't know how they do it, to be fair, but they get like really exclusive places to organize their parties.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty dope.
are you managing to clean the airbrush rolls?
Yeah. I just put it in a tub of isopropyl.
Yeah, boy.
I remember there's a YouTuber talking about how he cleans his stuff, and he was talking about how what he really likes to do is take I think it's like a supersonic. That's what they call it.
Hypersonic.
Sonic cleaner. Hypersonic, yeah. You take one of those and you just submerge it in water. You just turn that on, leave it on for like an hour.
Yeah, that works.
And I think like for certain brushes, like I know the Iwata one, it really likes to be in water or submerged in like a liquid. So,
The only thing you gotta keep in mind is that you'll have to replace the
seals.
the rings at some point because they will deteriorate.
Right.
Oh, let's take the seals out.
But look at this man, such a professional.
I know, right? I know my shit.
I'm really bad. All I care about is, does it work right now? Yes. All right. Cool. It's just gonna get. I'm just gonna use it.
Wait,
Has it
hold on.
stopped working?
I'm sorry to interrupt, but did Ginger Beef's wife join Twitch on her own account?
Ginger
Anybody know?
beef.
Yeah, because Ginger Beef. I'm looking. I don't know whose chat I'm in now, but my OBS is showing a chat, and I'm seeing Ginger Beefette in the chat.
I don't know who that is. But cool.
I don't know what this is.
Unless it's some major tea that you're about to spill.
No, nothing that fancy. This is a small stream, I believe. And now I'm gonna start highlighting the red with an even brighter red.
Mm.
Man, such a surprise, isn't it?
Why not go with a yellow? Is there like a decision with the brighter red?
I mean, we can go for a yellow later down the line, but I'm going for a brighter red just to keep it simple.
Mm-hmm.
And then probably later on this year, we can do some like absolutely crazy stuff with color mixing and whatnot.
I got you.
Oh man, today is a day, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a day that ends in Y.
God. With this short night, I'm feeling absolutely challenged.
You are challenged.
Man, maybe, but I feel even more challenged at the moment.
Like, how challenged are we talking?
Is there a scale of challengedness?
Yes.
I don't know the scale though.
Oh. Well, I mean, like, are we talking like challenge, like you hit your head and you're not, you don't know where you are challenged, or
Me.
you can't function by yourself, so you need a helper 24/7 challenged.
Challenge doesn't drop that the baby.
Yeah, kind of like that, to be fair. I lost my coffee earlier this afternoon. I was like, where the hell did I put this thing?
That's not good.
And then my girlfriend said, like, have you checked the stairs to the attic? Maybe out of pure, automation, you put it on the stairs. Then I walked out, see the coffee there. I was like, damn, she got me again.
That's my woman.
Oh man. Yep. That's what they're there for. They're there to get us at our. Be like, hey, you're being kind of dumb. And they're like, really? And like, yeah, here's why.
Mhm.
You're like, oh man.
Oh man.
All right, looks like I'll be getting this. Price off my attack.
Well, like it's a sense of ease with this one. I'll basically just use a thick glaze to bring this into position.
Mhm.
Nothing too fancy, but I want to be a brighter red, basically. I don't want it to turn either orange or too yellow. That's why I'll leave the yellow until like a later stage.
Gotcha. So like a very like pinpoint highlight might have like a yellow in there or something.
Yeah, or the edges of the cloak. Because I'm not doing a lot of color differentiation on this one.
Mhm.
Normally I'd look at like the cloak and be like, oh, let's make that white, and the gloves be like, oh, let's make that, I don't know, another color. But for now, just to keep things basic and simple. So
I gotcha.
again, man, as we're not painting a competition piece, I feel like we don't have to outdo ourselves.
Yeah, that's true.
Just do it.
Especially like guys like yourself, Moon, like if you wanna like push it, just get, you know, the basics in right.
Mm-hmm.
And you're free to do so, obviously. Again, it's your model, it's your time, it's your effort. It's your beautiful hands.
I want to go kind of sicko mode on this.
Sicko mode.
I want to go a bit sicko mode, mainly because I wanted to give this to my girlfriend when she comes to visit.
Oh, yeah, dude.
And then you tell her, you see this girl? I want you to look just like her, and I want you to carry a big gun like her. Do it now.
Well, no, but this Sister Argenta was one of her favorite characters from Rogue Trader.
Look at this guy. My god, no wonder she fell for you. You're such a smooth man.
Oh no. We shared a common interest in corn.
In what?
In corn.
Blood
for the blood god.
with,
Skulls.
oh, I thought the okay.
Skulls with a skull throne.
Really?
Yes. She actually sent me an entire 2,000 point army of
Fuck
porn
off.
suckers. Yeah. He
Jesus.
didn't play anymore, and she's like, "Hey, do you want these? You know, I don't know what to do with it." I'm like, "Yeah, I'll take them." They're sitting on my bookshelf right now, collecting dust. But one of these days, I'm gonna repaint them.
That's a keeper.
Fun.
Yeah, that's a keeper. Damn.
Yeah.
Well, the army or the girlfriend?
The
both?
army, obviously.
Both? Is that an option?
Well, we just like the same stuff. We like talking about the same stuff.
Yeah, dude.
So,
That's what matters.
yeah. However, we're both incredibly boring. And
Man,
she will
what?
admit that much. So, I just tell her, I was like, all right, cool, we can be boring together.
I don't think you're boring.
I was gonna say.
No, but we're both incredibly boring. Like, we'll sit and call and not talk for like an hour.
Dude, that's a special type of relationship.
I
right
was
there.
gonna say, don't you guys live like a gazillion miles away from one another?
Yeah. She lives in Ontario, Canada.
Oh man.
Basically, she's basically
Opposite side of
in,
America.
like, I'm in I'm in Cali. She's essentially in like New York.
How does she feel about becoming American very, very soon?
She keeps making Trump jokes, and you try to come to Canada to make us the 51st state. We'll make you into the 51st problem.
Lol.
So obviously she's not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of it either. I think it's very dumb.
These are wild times, bro.
Oh, 100%. I mean, if we're gonna make a 51st state, it should be Puerto Rico. It's already in American territory.
Yep.
And it's essentially a state. It's just we haven't made it a state yet. But it should be a state. But politically, the times are very weird.
See,
Crazy,
Right.
dude.
I'm trying
Wait.
to distract myself with miniature painting and work.
that's about it.
Yup.
That and a whole lot of video games.
I was gonna say drugs, but
Ketamine.
not the cat.
I don't take drugs because I don't like no Narcan.
I remember I gotta take my Adderall here soon.
And listen, I already spent enough money on fucking Magic the Gathering
Oh god.
and fucking miniatures as it is. If I got a drug problem, it would be like 10 times worse.
Can't wait to see how many of those Final Fantasy collector booster packs you buy.
Oh, wait, buddy.
It's like I took a loan out.
No, I'm not that bad. I have plenty of money in the bank to support it. It's just
I'm selling my booty behind the train station because I like magic. I don't have money for drugs.
right. Well, it's like I've met people who play Magic or play card games and such, and they're like, look, the reason like I'm into this stuff because I really like it. I'm into it. And my parents got me hooked onto this stuff, so I wouldn't get hooked onto drugs.
Yep.
Like, this is really not much better, but at least I'm not gonna die to an overdose.
It's
I'll
just
just be poor.
fucking expensive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll just be very poor.
Which
Yeah.
keeps you away from drugs.
Well, I mean, it doesn't keep you away from drugs. It just
So more
makes it
money.
harder to get drugs. Yeah. Like, you can always steal, but most nerds aren't gonna do that kind of shit.
This
They're
is
either too
also
socially
true.
awkward or too fucking weak.
How about you give me that car, mister?
How about I give you a box of Space Marines?
How about you? Excuse me, sir. I would like to take your car. Please, I rolled a nat 20 on my roll to take your car.
Roll the 21 on my intimidation check.
Pretty much.
Roz,
Yeah.
you down to do a little game before we go to bed later?
Yep. Let's go.
I'm gonna finish up this red layering, and then check on the wifey, and then.
All right.
I mean, this is all not too exciting what I'm doing here, to be fair, but I feel like some of the peeps watching have issues with just applying the paint, so to say. Because I already feel like the cloak hanging off her shoulders. Like a very simple application of the highlighting principles, but it's already
Yeah, it's coming along.
helping the Datin and stuff, you know. Bomba raskla, 6 eggs.
A bomba clad. Yeah, no, I understand.
And I'll also do another recording of how I'll do. I'll paint up some more on her, record that, and share it. Basically, I'm recording anything and everything that I'm doing on this little lady.
And you can always like cut to like different things or